Good morning. Well, hello, SEC West fans. This is Rick again. I'm in a hotel room in Corpus Christi, Texas. Some people would say it's beautiful down here. I don't know about that, but it's a nice place, I guess. Anyway, I wanted to get into a little bit of Week 11 and talk about the LSU Alabama game. Um, I've thanks all you Alabama fans for sending me a lot of emails. Man, I've got all kind of emails and stuff to talk about. Um, Most of them were very nice. Thanks, even for the crappy ones. I appreciate those too, because I know I would have done it had LSU won. Anyway, before I talk about the LSU Alabama game, everything I say has to be prefaced on first giving credit to Alabama for totally executing their game. I mean, they executed flawlessly. McElroy had a couple bad passes, but I mean, if you want to nitpick as an Alabama fan, that's about all you can do. I mean, they played perfectly and they should have won. Um, LSU, yeah, the missed interception hurt, and a few penalties that I thought we should have got hurt. But at the end of the day, LSU did not execute and enough to win this game. And there was two penalties that I saw that told me, Alabama executed better, and therefore they deserved to win the game. The first penalty was LSU's totally their fault. They're backed up close to their goal line. They throw like a 22-yard pass, first down, keep the drive going, and they line up in the backfield. Illegal formation. We did that for like a 60-yard pass against Kentucky 2 years ago. We had a touchdown call back in that Arkansas game where we lost in 07 because of illegal formation. Those two plays probably would have won those games. I know the Arkansas play would have. And I'm not saying this play in the Alabama game would have won it, but it's becoming an alarming problem that our guys can't line up properly. And the other one was the punt one when LSU tried to block a punt and the kid ran into the punter. Kid blocked a punt last week against Tulane, kind of a young guy, and he just made a mistake. But those two plays right there trump, and that's totally LSU's fault. So that trumps the misinterception and everything. Regardless of what everybody else is saying, I sure would have liked to give Jarrett Lee an opportunity to, get Patrick Peterson's interception and take it down the field and at least try. But that didn't happen. But like I said, Alabama played a tremendous game, and they deserve all the credit in the world. I keep saying this, Alabama's got, 3 games left? And, if they finish off the season undefeated 2 years in a row, regardless of what happens in Georgia, that's a tremendous feather in Saban's cap. I mean, that's bringing even his coaching game up a notch to be able to keep kids focused throughout the regular season every week. And that's what he's done. And that's all Saban. And I applaud him for that. Well, we got a Facebook page. We're SEC West dudes there. We got a lot of friends now. We're getting some pictures up. If y'all have some cool pictures or something, send us to us. They're really cool. And check us out there. Also, our email is secwestdudes@live.com. Send us an email. So let's talk about Week 11. I'm on a business trip this week, so I got my handy USA Today here. Looks like Mississippi's a 3-point favorite over Tennessee. I'm going to try to get Barron on here to talk a little bit about that game later in the week. I don't understand how Mississippi's a 3-point favorite, but I don't want to talk about them too much because LSU's got them in a couple of weeks. But that's going to be an interesting game for all us suckers not going to Atlanta. So all us non-Florida, Alabama fans, we got some good football this week to watch as we fight for the Cotton Bowl and the Capital One Bowl and Independence and all those other nice bowls. Speaking of Cotton Bowl, y'all know this year it's going to be in that beautiful new stadium. I hope we can make it there, actually. Arkansas's already got to play there. Alabama's playing Mississippi State, 13-point favorite over State. Watch out, Bama. Watch out. I mean, those guys have been playing some good ball this year. But like I said before, Saban's got his kids focused so good. I will put Alabama on upset alert the rest of the season just for wackiness sake. But it looks like they've taken the wacky out of the SEC West for now, which is kind of a nice thing. I would sure hate to see Alabama lose anything before they get to Atlanta and play Florida. God, I would hate to see that. Um, Georgia is a 4.5 point favorite over Auburn. That game should be a bloodbath because they got both teams trying to salvage their season. And from what I understand, it looks like Mark Richt's trying to salvage his career. So, that game, I'm interested in seeing that game, see what happens. 4.5 points. I don't know. The way Georgia's been playing defense and Auburn can put together some offense every now and then, they might just put it together and beat Georgia, and that'd be good for Chiswick. LSU's playing Louisiana Tech. We're 24.5 point favorites in that game. It's interesting that we're playing another one of Saban's proteges after Alabama and Derek Dooley, and he's got that program headed in the right direction too. And we might be without Jordan Jefferson this game, so we'll see what happens in that. It's going to be real interesting to see if Les Miles can get his kids focused after this Bama loss. We're in a very precarious situation here. We could either win out or we could lose the next three or win one and lose two. I mean, we're in a very precarious situation right now. And this is no lie, man. I was worried about this part of the season more than I was the Alabama game, because I knew we would be focused and ready to play some good ball, which they did. They just didn't execute on two plays. Arkansas and Troy ought to be a cakewalk for Arkansas. 14.5 point favorite over Troy. Sounds like a gimme to me, but we'll see. Troy's been known to surprise some people from here to there. So if you look at it, this Georgia-Auburn game is probably the biggest one this week. It's surely lost a lot of its luster that it's had over this past decade, but I still think it'll be fun to watch. Anyway, there's my picks. Let's see. I'll take Arkansas in the 14.5. LSU, Louisiana Tech. I'll take LSU in the points. I'll give them the points. Georgia, Auburn. I'll take Auburn in the 4.5 over Georgia. And Alabama, Mississippi State. I want to stay away from any predictions on Alabama because I don't want to be part of any jinx. All I can say is roll tide and let's stay undefeated and let's beat Florida this year. I'd like to see that too. And Ole Miss, Tennessee. I'll take Tennessee in the points. Yeah, I'll take Tennessee in the 3. So, anyway, keep the emails coming, guys. I'm sorry I can't answer all of them because I'm just not. I've got a real job. I've got a lot of stuff going on, but I'll try. Thanks again for all the buddies on Facebook and all the pictures we got coming in. Remember, our email address is secwestdudes@live.com. And by the way, if any of you guys want to come on and talk some football, please send me an email and we'll get you on here. Or at least send me an email I can read. I'm hoping to get one from Aaron up in Little Rock. And we'll talk to Barron later. And we'll keep this thing moving. Appreciate it a lot. And last week was a lot of fun. Y'all take care.